What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Ark. I've enjoyed the last couple episodes. I think a change of pace is exactly what we needed. Like, something away from just, like, the cave hunt. I like doing this domestic stuff, too. Like, I don't get around very often to talking about it, but I do enjoy building in video games. It's just that it tends to come last for me rather than first. You may have noticed that from my Terraria playthrough as well. Like, I tend to get into the adventures first, and then after that, I start playing around with all the extra stuff. So for right now, what we're going to do today is I went and I farmed out all the materials we're going to need to finish this fence. And so that is the first thing that's going to get done. So let's get started with it. Hopefully these tiles are all placed properly. It's something that I am a little bit nervous about. We're still waiting for the Dinosaurs to get tamed. It's been about, I'd say, 30 minutes since I recorded the last episode. I've just been kind of like hanging out waiting for the compost to happen. We'll talk about that in a minute. You got to do something a little bit different. I was doing it wrong. And so I'll explain what I was doing wrong in just a minute. It takes a while for it to work though. Like seriously, it still takes like 45 hours, maybe 48 hours for you to get, I'd say roughly 2 days for you to get compost done. So this big field over here, it's looking so nice though. Like this little fenced in area is going to be absolutely fantastic once we get done with it. Shiggity, where in the hell are you going? Like, see, sometimes, I don't know what that is right there, but sometimes he just flies way off in a different direction and just like parks somewhere. I don't know what dictates whether or not he does that, but it'll drive you crazy if you're OCD like me and you want him to just like stay in one spot. We don't have enough fences to finish this thing, and oh my god, it takes so much wood. I think I went through 600 wood just doing like this little section right here and a ridiculous amount of thatch. And so unfortunately, while we're getting there, the fence is one of those projects that's not going to be done for a while. So unfortunately, I can't organize all my dinos either until they all have like saddles and things like that, but I can start putting them all inside the pen so that they're arranged properly. A big boss slasher. What you got going on, big boss slasher? Let's see here. Big Boss Slasher, why is your weight is so high? Because I'm on top. He's like, yes, you are. Eat less food. Okay, so let's go for a bit more health. I mean, if this is going to be one of my primary modes of transportation, I want this thing, I want my arachnid to be well armored and ready for combat. I figure I'll probably put Big Boss over here. Just back it on in. Just beep, beep. Back it up like a dump truck. Beep! That was a song I used to play around here all the time, and when it went off the radio, it made me sad. I don't know. I like to keep my dinosaurs organized. Some people don't care about these sorts of things, but if my dinosaurs aren't, like, in the proper place, it bothers me. It really sincerely does. How much weight can you carry? 256? That's like nothing. You've got a wooden ceiling pattern on you. Just drop that. We don't need it. Not going to be useful. I think that I would probably go after... You know, he's kind of a useless dino. I would say just like, oh, he's leveled up a bunch of times, has he? Yeah, even giving him weight, it doesn't appear to do much. Like, I think the Phiomia needs a little bit of love. Like, the squat animal, you'd think this would be really good as a pack animal. I don't know. They need to do something to make the Phiomia less terrible. Because as it stands right now, the Phiomia is just like the most worthless of everything in the game. Like, everything else has some tangible use except for the Phiomia. It's not fast, it can't carry much. Even though it's built for bulk, it carries less than the spider, and it's just, I don't know. I'd like to see some buffs given to Wimbledon. Give him a little bit of love and make him useful for something. Give him any function, you know what I mean? Because right now, he doesn't really have one. Did you level up as well? You did? Well, good for you, man. Good for you. I'm going to throw a little bit of extra speed on you. How's that sound? Like, sounds pretty great. I've been eating nothing but stemberries. Stemberries, 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 stemberries. All day, every day for Bolosaurus Flex! He's super excited right now. He's stoked. I left nothing but stemberries on his person, so unfortunately, tends to be a little bit high-strung. Can you walk backwards? You can. Good. Because that's what I want you to do. Walk backwards and park right here. Yeah, we got like our own little parking garage of dinos, and you know that if I was playing on a multiplayer server, somebody would have to get in here and kill all my dinosaurs. It would be like the task of the day for them. They would just have to do it. Let's go ahead and we'll take Shiggity down here. I'm going to go grab this beacon real fast while we check on the Brontosaurus. Make sure that everything's functioning the way that it's supposed to be. Drop in right here. Alright, what do we have? We got ourselves a blueprint for the trike saddle. I actually don't know if I have the Triceratops saddle, or the Trops. I can talk right now, I swear to God. The Triceratops saddle. I don't know if I have the engram for that. Let me take a look here. We got the Stego saddle. It's one of those things that I don't know if I bought it. We got the Ichthyosaurus, Pteranodon. We've got the Raptor, the Parasaur. Yeah, I don't think I ever bought the trike one, so that's actually a useful pattern for us. That would be one that we wanted to throw on the workbench and just kind of like leave it there for later, just in case we ever wanted to get ourselves a Triceratops. Not a bad plan. I'm actually kind of interested in getting a Triceratops. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. They're not as useful as some of the other dinosaurs. Like, if you're going to get a Triceratops and you have the ability to get a Stego, you might as well get a Stego. That's just kind of the way she crumbles. Already gone through about 100 Miho berries, so I'll probably go... Let's just mash you up a little bit of that right there, keep you nice and knocked out, and then my next goal is going to be to bring along Lash, who actually has leveled up and unfortunately is kind of stuck right now. Let's go back. I'm going to see if I can gather some berries real quick from one of these little patches over here, because I prefer to keep the Miho berries flowing on this Brontosaurus. It's kind of like the spice must flow. Here it's the Miho berries must flow. Still, our inventory is full, so I'm going to drop as many of these as I can, so that I'm not eating up all my weight on random berries. I'm going to keep the Narcos. The reason being is that I'm going to use those in order to level myself up by using rotten meat and narco berries in order to get 2 XP a pop as we go through. That's how I farm out levels in between episodes. As I go out with my Stegosaurus, I farm a bunch of Narcos, and then I farm out a bunch of meat, and I just let it sit there. In fact, that's probably what I'm going to do during the stream today. No, there's not a stream today. I don't know what day this video is going to go up. Probably Saturday, maybe. But anyways, it's actually Wednesday when I'm recording this, so... that's when we'll be going into the stream. I stream on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The information's in all the descriptions, but I've actually had a pretty real amount of like trouble getting people to move over from like YouTube to Twitch. It's a difficult process, and while having a YouTube channel does make it easier to get started on Twitch, it's still distracting to get people to move over. Like, you've definitely got to put out a bunch of announcements and things like that. And unfortunately, I'm a lazy prick who never does announcements, so it is what it is. If I actually wanted it to work, I'm sure I could make it work, but I'm a lazy bastard, and I'd rather just turn on the camera and be like, yay, we're streaming today, whatever. I still got this base down here. I suppose I could break it down for parts. Might not be a bad plan. Still, that's not the goal for right now. For right now, what we're going to do is we're going to go farm out some more berries. If you guys are enjoying the domestic episodes, I'm glad to hear it, because honestly, I was a little bit nervous about doing this on camera because YouTube is all about action, action, action. And while I feel that action is usually what I try to focus on when I play this game, let's go ahead and get you filled on. Yep, there it is right there. There it is. All right, take care of business. Get you all nice and filled up with berries. Weight is still looking okay. See if we can grab a little bit more from right there. A little bit of wood, a little bit of berries. Everything looking very, very nice. The Narcos will be useful in just a moment. Let me take a look at your weight real fast while we wait for your stamina to come back. Get rid of the Amar berries. Get rid of the Tinto berries. All of these random useless berry types so that I can just drop the Miho berries on top of the Bronto, and then we'll be the hell out of there. We've also got about 200 Narco berries, which is about how many I needed, so that's fine. We also got a bunch of thatch, which is very, very nice because I'm always low on thatch, and so I try to remember to grab it whenever I can, but I'm not always the most present when it comes to, you know, making sure that I get the things done that I've thought about. We've got another beacon up there. I'll probably try and take care of that in a minute. Lash, are you stuck again? Lash gets stuck all the time. I don't know what it is with this air. Oh, I forgot to put you on follow. That's the problem. Okay, well, I'm a giant noob. You come with me then. Come across this way. There's also some kind of weird clipping plane over here. Yeah, he's still stuck, I think. There's some kind of odd... I think it might be caused by something. I don't know. He should be following by now if he was gonna. Come on, buddy. Can you get yourself unstuck? Or do I have to do it with the ghost mode again? Gotta do it with the ghost mode. He's always stuck. He's constantly stuck. Alright. Well, at least you're stuck with me. I mean, on the plus side. Let's get you all nice and freed up. You can make your dinos go super fast in ghost mode. You can also be like, I believe I could fly. Take them like way up in the air if you wanted to. I don't know if people are into that. But I don't know. Stegosauruses, they all have this dream of flying. Be careful about it, though, because you can drop your dinosaur to their dino death. So anyways, going right here and pop him back out. We got him unstuck. It's all good. Let's bring him on back. And I actually only technically need the Miho berries off of you. I don't need anything else. So let me jump up in your inventory real fast. Get elbow deep up in that thing. Grab the Mihos. There they are. Grab the Narcos because I need those too. There it is. We may be overweight for a minute, but that's okay. It's not something we have to worry about right this second. We'll jump on Shiggity in just a moment after we unload some of these berries. Talk to our favorite dino and be like, what's up, buddy? How you doing today? We'll give you like maybe 200 more of those. And so that should keep you covered. It took 100 in order to get you trained up to where you are right now. and so I would figure we need 400 or 500. It's already been around 35 minutes, and that's what we've gotten out, so I'm thinking it's going to take about 2 hours to get him trained. Gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time to catch your brontosaurus, because he's awesome, and he's got himself a tail. It looks like his tail was dipped in poo, though. He's like, yeah, I haven't got so good at pooping yet. It's one of those random biological functions. I'm just not very good at it. I keep telling myself, don't poop on your tail, but I just keep doing it. And I'm like, well, I'd probably do the same thing if I had a tail. I'd be constantly pooping on myself. Are you stuck, too? Are you seriously stuck right now? Damn it. Here, let me ghost you up out of here. Well, may not actually be stuck. I'm not sure. May not actually be stuck. I might be overweight. So anyways, my natural paranoia here. Let me see if maybe I'm carrying around too many. What's my weight? 132. That must be too much for him. Okay, well, Shiggity, follow me back around then. Follow me straight up on the hill. There we go. Hey. I gave you an order, sir. I gave you an order, Shiggity. You better get up in here. You better get up in here right now, Shiggity. And while I'm down here, I'm actually going to try and grab myself a couple of water things as well, because I'm out. And very, very shortly, I would assume that I'm going to be dehydrated. In fact, there it was. I knew it was coming pretty soon. And I wasn't even looking at my UI yet, but I knew it was going to happen. I played the game long enough to know that you're always dehydrated. We should probably break down this stuff, too, over here while I've got time. Maybe tear this down. It's going to take a while, but we should get some of the materials back, and it'll make my life a little bit easier on that end. And it's an eyesore. Like, I don't like having it here. It reminds me of episode 1 where I had no idea what I was doing, and I was just, like, building randomly. I do wish there was, like, a quick destroy mode that we could use. Although it looks like if you destroy the foundations, you get everything that's attached to it, too. So that actually is, like, the quick destroy mode. There we go. Get all that wood back. Storage box. Wait, what? So there's 4 in there. Oh, there's foundations? What? Got foundations in there and everything? Well, hell, you get up out of here. And then I will hopefully put some stuff on Shiggity real fast, because I have way too many things clogging me up right now. Drop that. Drop that. Shiggity, how you feeling? You're at 44. That should be good enough. That should free me up a tiny bit. Not enough, though. Unfortunate. Shiggity. Come back, Shiggity. Oh, you're going to make me hoof it up this mountain in slow motion mode. That's how it's going to be, huh? That's how it's going to be. Shiggity, take some more of my weight. Just, no, Shiggity. Oh my god, I hate you so much, Shiggity. Please stop flying in circles around my head. I need you to just, like, settle and stop this right now. And please don't settle way the hell over there. Damn it, Shiggity, I hate you. Alright, Shiggity. Take this. You were just being a royal pain in my ass. And well, better royalty than peasantry, I suppose. Let's go back over here, and now can you fly? Can you still keep up with me? Good, he can still keep up with me. We're gonna go grab this beacon while we're up here too, because it may give me like one of the recipes for like irrigation pipes, or one of those other things that we need that I don't necessarily want to spend engram points on. Let's go for it and see if we can get this thing all nice and settled. And what have you? You have a couple of crop plots. That's pretty cool. You actually have some decent stuff in there. Got some stone irrigation pipes that we can play around with. We're a little bit overweight, but you know what? I'm not going to complain about it. We'll just slow motion our ass on over here to the boxes, and we'll get it taken care of. I think that the irrigation, Shiggity, I swear to Christ, you better hit the ground right now, son. You're starting to drive me crazy. Yeah, go hang out with the rest of the Beaky crew. Just do your thing, because you are not doing it for me right now. You're making me upset. Just go stand over there in your corner and just, I don't know, percolate for a bit. Alright, so now that we're back at base, what I want to do for right now is we will drop a bunch of thatch up in there. I find myself needing thatch all the time, so I don't want to... I got some thatch foundations too that I forgot that I even had. So where are my other foundations at? I know that I have like a ton of foundations around here. Oh yeah, I got like 20 right there too. We could actually expand out the compound if we wanted to. We can make our base a little bit bigger. That might be a fun thing to work on, but we'll put those in for right now. I got the crop plots. Got the irrigation pipes. Let's get those all moved around. An irrigation stone pipe. So that one we could put it in the middle. A vertical pipe. Oh, cool. So you could actually like mess around with that. I've also got the recipe for a couple of these pipes, so that might make our lives easier too. Farming supplies in here. Oh, all of our irrigation pipes are in that box. Okay, so let's take those then. And now that we've got them, we'll throw them up in here, and hopefully they'll stack the way that we want them to. Yeah, there they are. So we got some irrigation pipes. We're going to have to get that to run to water pretty soon, though, and I don't know what it's going to take in order for me to craft some of this stuff. I've got the recipe right there. We've got the Phiomia saddle. I think I've also got the recipe for the pipes around here somewhere. So let me get my narcos back real fast. Now that I got my narcos, we're going to go back over this way. And the plan for leveling up, this still is probably one of the more efficient ways to level up if you're trying to do it. I would go like so. You just put those all in there, and you just let it cook up some drugs for you. And so I'm going to have it craft all. That's a new option that they added to the game. Not accustomed to seeing that there, but it is appreciated. Little UI change that makes it easier for me to farm out the things that I need to make. And that leaves us in a pretty solid situation right now. Let's go lay down those other farming plots. Then I'm going to check on my compost. We'll see what's going on with that. Let's see here. I would like... What was I going to do? Oh, yeah, the small plots. Okay, so let's take those. I technically don't need these. I'm only doing it so that we can investigate the whole thing. It's not fertilized, it's not irrigated, and it's not seeded. I don't know exactly how water works with these or how you end up maybe putting water on them, but hell if I know. I don't know. We'll do a couple of little plots back here, too. There we go. That'll look kind of nice. Got some foot space that we can step into. This one's seeded. I don't know how long that's going to take. Drop those down in there, like let it do its thing. Let's go back over here, and I'm going to check on the compost to see if that's actually done anything. I found out that I was doing it wrong, and so you have to have thatch and you have to have fertilizer in there. I'm sorry, you have to have thatch and you have to have poo in there, otherwise it won't work. And so it takes 50 thatch and 3 of the same type of dinosaur dung, I guess, and then it converts it into something awesome like fertilizer, and then you can put that inside your plots and it makes your life a little bit easier. I don't know. I try to keep shit out of my plots because when I make a plot, I like it to be pristine, like a real kind of Batman type plan that has no holes in it. But apparently the plots need shit in them, so it is what it is. I think we had a few more things on Cheeky over here that I didn't want to leave burdening him before we fly off into the sunset. And so we had dinosaur poo, we have arrows, that's all looking good. I'm probably going to run over and grab that red, I'm sorry, that's a blue. I know my colors. I got through the kindergarten. It only took 3 or 4 tries. I'm going to need myself a couple. I'm hungry right now. Okay, that's perfectly fine because I've got a ton of hunger thingies. Go ahead and use those up real quick. Jump up on Shiggity. Let's go get ourselves a beacon, shall we? Maybe it'll have... I think some of the stone irrigation is in the blue ones and the green ones, and so I'd like to get those in order to iron out the remainder of my crafting recipes. Now, the reason why... there's a brontosaurus. I've never seen a brontosaurus on this island before. That's a little bit weird. A megalodon right there, feeling so free. I should show you guys my megalodon. I'd like to get a dolphuna. There's one right there, actually. He's over on that side. He shouldn't bother you, I don't think. I'd like to get one, though. I don't know. Maybe I'll look around in just a minute. I'll see if I can tame myself a dolphuna. I don't have any meat around, though, so you got to feed them by hand. That's how you get them tamed. But I need to go out on a hunting mission right now, and unfortunately just haven't gotten around to it. That raptor over there is fighting with that triceratops, so hopefully Shiggity will be smart and we won't aggro. A Pulmonoscorpius saddle. I'm just going to drop that on the ground to get rid of the beacon. Let's go back in this way. That Bronto looks like he is stuck as well. Let's go back to our island real fast, and what I'd like to do is I'm going to try and get a hunting party together. We're going to go out and farm out some more meat because that's what I need right now. I think that's the only resource that I'm lacking. If you didn't get a good view of the Dolphuna over here, it's kind of over... Let's see, there's a coelacanth right there. Dolphuna was right over in here somewhere. I saw him. Unfortunately, the water is a little bit too reflective, so you're going to have trouble seeing him in this game, but it's okay. We don't need one like right this second. The Dolphuna, if you're lucky, it should come investigate when you get in the water, and then from there you just feed it a bunch of meat and everything should be alright. Over on this side, you're looking good. Let's go ahead and pump a few more of those inside your big old body. Make sure that you're still training on up. I'm hoping that this will be done by the time I get to, I don't know, Shiggity, for whatever reason, has decided to fly off in that direction. That's looking good. Let's get our hunting party together. We need to assemble the army for right now. Go kill a couple things and see if I can harvest some meat off their backs so that I can feed and tame new dinosaurs, because that's actually one of the reasons why I haven't tamed anything lately, is because my entire food supply has been going to my lovely friend Shiggity Schwa, who very much enjoys eating through entire stacks of meat all at the same time. So who do I want to bring for this mission? Let's bring along the cats. We'll bring along Gash and a raptor, I think. So let's enable following on you. Let's enable following on you. And yeah, this little girl, or is this a dude? Is this one a dude or a female? This one's the male. Okay, so the male, you need a little bit more HP. 80 more HP is still not enough. It's not what I'm looking for. Some of these guys still have meat on them, but I don't like to take the meat off. Just kind of makes me feel nervous about the whole thing. This guy right here is by far the better catch between the two. I was able to tame him very, very quickly and easily during the stream. It was fantastic. The next thing we need to do is let me jump on. I think this orange raptor over here is the fastest one in terms of speed, so we should be able to get around pretty quickly. I'm going to bring Gash along too, just because I like his DPS capabilities. He tends to be really, really good for killing stuff, and so let's get Gash in here too. Bring Gash along this entire time. So now that we got Gash, it's time for us to go on a little bit of a hunting mission. I'm not sure what our success rate is going to be, but we're going to go for it. We're going to see what we can accomplish here. So hopefully Gash isn't stuck. I would prefer it if he wasn't. I'm not going to go after the Bronto for right now because I'm thinking about taming that one. What we're going to try and do, I think I'm going to look for Stegosauruses first. Gash looks like he is indeed stuck. And he's stuck behind my dumbass dodos. Okay. So because the dodo birds are down in here, I may need to get them to follow too in order to get them out of the way. Let's do that for a minute. Dodos, feel free to follow me around if you want. Jump over the backs right there. Yeah, it sounds like he was stuck on a dodo. So what we want to do with our last remaining like 5 minutes or so is I'm just going to try and kill as many things as possible. That's all that we're doing. I could bring the dodo squad, but I think they probably won't survive the adventure, so we'll just bring all these guys along. We've got our A-team. I think we've got the stuff that's required in order to get this done properly. I'm going to try and get myself loaded up with a couple of arrows. Stegosauruses tend to be on the back end of the island, so we're going to run off this way. Is everybody still with me? The cats, the game really, really hates saber-toothed tigers. They get stuck on everything, so watch out for that while you're playing the game. We're going to try and get maybe, oh, I don't know, a couple hundred meat together right now. It goes bad so quickly that sometimes it's very, very difficult to keep it in stock. But I don't hear you guys following. You guys still following? Hope you're still following. I've actually come to the conclusion that I like riding the raptor a little bit better. Riding the raptor is easier for me because it allows me to melee alongside all of my pets that are killing things too. And so with the scorpion you can do that. It's just that, I don't know, he uses up a lot of stamina, he uses up a lot of food. And in that situation I find myself constantly farming out rotten meat or whatever in order to get by. Are we about to level up? We gotta be pretty close. I'd like to be level 40 by the end of my next stream maybe, so that we can get to the next tier of technology. I don't know, it'd be so easy for me to farm up levels, but I just never seem to get around to like sitting around and doing it. Got a parasaur over here. I think that's gonna be my first victim, even though they don't give you that much meat. I'd also like to get that triceratops over there if we can manage it. Yep, got you now. Down you go. And so I think they should pick the meat off pretty quickly. So just remember, if you don't have a whole lot of meat, the reason would be that your critters tend to jump in on those things and harvest up everything off of them before you get the chance to. We've got a trike over there. I'm going to get the turtle first, I think. Let me jump up off here. I'm going to put some arrows in my slot real quick. You'd think it would hurt because they're pointed, but actually, arrows fit pretty well inside my slot. I put them in there all the time. It is both pleasing and pleasurable. Let's go ahead and get the attack team started. I like to help by shooting arrows so that I can get a little bit of XP out of the deal too. Let me get this all nice and out. Get some meat off these bones. 5 right there. Check all your dinos when you get back to base after you go out for a major hunt. It'll be a good way for you to get more meat. We've got a Triceratops over here. I think he's going to be the next victim that we're going to take out. So let's go up the hill, and it's Triceratops time. More like Tricerabottom. This Triceratops is terrible. Let's go ahead and take him on out. Oh, and you already got it harvested on up, don't you? Okay. Well, seeing as you're perfectly content to eat up all of my resources, maybe I should lay off the sprinting. We got another one over here. Are you designated to attack my target? You're on neutral right now. Okay. So attack my target real quick. Y'all follow me. We'll go up over this hill right here, and I'm actually going to direct the whole thing from on foot because I'm using up too much food right now by riding around at warp speed on that other dino. Get a little bit of damage off on some of these stuck dinos. I'm helping you right now. There's nothing for you to be upset about. I'm actually saving you from yourself so that you can escape your ridiculous tree-laden prison. And so out you go. Let's go ahead and grab some of this stuff right here. There it is. 10 meat off that guy. I think the next place that I'd like to go is down to the beach over here. If we can get ourselves a Spino or something like that, just take him out along the way. The Phiomias are pretty good for getting meat out too. Let's go ahead and have them follow us down. I'm going to try and get a beacon while I'm down here too, because if we can grab that greenie right there, it might give us a recipe that we don't otherwise have, and so it's very, very nice to accumulate recipes so that you don't have to waste your engram points on dumb stuff. Now, the downside to recipes would be if you're playing a multiplayer, people can come kill you and take your recipes, and so the engrams are actually dedicated to your memory so that you can recover quickly. However, since we're playing single player right now, I have thought about doing a second season where I transfer over to maybe like a PvP server or something like that, so it'll be a little bit more tense. We have to deal with people a little bit more aggressively. Thought about it, but I don't know. We'll see what happens as time goes along. I think I've still got another good 20 episodes in here before I get bored with it. I wonder if we can take a Spino. I suppose it would kind of depend on the level. Let's see how I put rounds on this thing. I kind of don't want to be on the ground with it. But if we could drop it, it'll give us a whole bunch of meat. God, that thing's kind of scary up close. Keep getting it with the headshots. I don't suppose y'all are going to try at all. Where is he going? Is he running away? What the hell? Big old brave bad Spinosaurus running away from me. That was weird. Huh. I only shot you in the head about 9 times. Ooh, he was only level 4. Got ourselves a big old grip of level up right there. That's a big body. You got anything on you? You got a spear and some other stuff. Free pike. Don't really want any of these things. I wish there was a breakdown button where you could break down things for the raw materials. That'd be pretty sweet because it would make your life a lot easier. But let's go ahead and harvest them. Let's see what we get out. I bet we get a bunch of prime meat, a bunch of normal meat. Actually, he did not supply as much as I expected. Okay, well, we killed our first Spinosaur. At least we know that we're immune to pretty much every dinosaur in the game now. It leveled me up, though, which is pretty fun. Let's go ahead and get some more. I think HP is looking okay for right now. I'll probably try and just keep stacking on weight. I don't know. I like weight. Weight makes me happy, and that puts me at level 39. We're getting there. That's going to be the end of our episode. I'm going to hang out. I'm going to farm out a few more thingamadoobies while I'm out here. I'll see y'all later. Hi-do, everybody. My name is Splattercat. This is Ark Survival Evolved. See you next time.